Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever and however you are listening or watching the Valley Life podcast. And welcome back to our Advent readings from The Biggest Story Advent Edition by Pastor Kevin Deyoung. Today, December 6th, the title of our reading is A Son of David. The snake crusher, who was promised in the garden, cannot be described with just one promise. God's deliverer would be not just one thing, but many things. The child that God's people were waiting for would be the offspring of Abraham, the star of Jacob, the prophet like Moses, and the son of David. When David was king over Israel, God made a covenant with him. A covenant is an agreement, sort of like when two people get married and make promises to each other. Except that, in God's covenant with David, God was the one who made all the promises. He promised that David's son would rule over a great kingdom. Now you might think that this promise was about David's son Solomon, and it was, but it wasn't only about Solomon. When God makes promises, he usually keeps them one way in the short run and another way, often a much bigger and better way, in the long run. And in the long run, this promise was about a heavenly king who would reign over a heavenly kingdom. This kingdom would be much bigger than a small piece of land called Israel. And this king would be much better than a sinful king named Solomon. God promised David that he would never fail to have one of his offspring on the throne. And the throne that God had in mind was not the one in Jerusalem that reigns over Israel, but the one in heaven that rules and reigns over all the earth. Dear God, you are a great king. Thank you that because of what Jesus did on the cross, we can be a part of your eternal kingdom. Amen. 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 12. When your days are fulfilled and you lie down with your fathers, I will raise up your offspring after you, who shall come from your body, and I will establish his kingdom. I'm Pastor Vinnie for the Valley Life podcast. As always, God bless you and Merry Christmas.